All right, so now we're going to start looking at some stuff to make your lives much easier. Now, in our hotel website project, we used floats to align things, which is a pain in the neck for so many reasons. And for a long time, we had to use frameworks like Bootstrap. And one of the biggest reasons for that was it came with a grid system to easily align elements, so we didn't have to use floats. But Flexbox was introduced in CSS version 3, which allows us to align things easily without using floats or frameworks. So from now on, we're going to do away with floats and use Flexbox and or CSS grid when we get to that. Okay, so Flexbox is basically a modern layout mode in CSS3. We assign flex to the display property, just like we have display block, display inline block, display none. We also have display flex, and it replaces floats. It's much more elegant to work with. We can align items both horizontal and vertical, and flex items can also be reordered via CSS. So we can actually reorder the way that our items are laid out without having to change the markup, without having to change the HTML. So let's take a quick look at how it works, and I'm going to show you all of this, so don't worry about it. But just really quickly, if we assign display flex to a container div or any container element, it creates a flex container. Okay, and we can look at this image here. So let's say that these two boxes are divs inside of a div that we said display flex. Okay, so we have a flex container, and then it makes all direct elements flex items. Okay, so each div or list item, it could be any element at all, each thing inside that flex container is going to be a flex item, and it's going to actually align horizontal in a row by default. So simply putting display flex is going to make all the child elements just automatically align horizontally, so basically like what floats do. But we can also do flex direction column, which will align them this way. Okay, that'll align them vertically. Now we have a cross axis which goes up and down, and we have a main axis that goes this way. And there's different CSS properties we can use to align our flex items. So here's some of those properties. So we have justify content, which will align along the main axis, so basically horizontal along this main axis. We have align items, which will align items on the cross axis, so this way, and then align content, which will align when there's extra space in the cross axis. Basically, if we have multiple rows of flex items, it'll align those. And I know that's confusing just saying it, but I will show you and give you examples of all of these. All right, so let's jump in and let's take a look at the basic fundamentals of Flexbox.